Betta fish. Do they really have to be on their own? Do you have to separate them when you have other fish in the tank? I'm here to bust that myth for you. I'm Laura Craft, sharing your real mom life hacks to everyday life as a mom. And guess what? Fish tanks and the type of fish you put in there does involve some hacks. For the longest time, we too believed that you could only have one betta fish in your fish tank, and if you wanted to add others, you'd have to separate it. But that's frustrating and time consuming if you have a 5 or 10 gallon tank that you're constantly trying to keep clean. If you don't know, but with the fish tank, having the little cleaner fish, the fish that clean the bottom and on the walls and all that, they are so helpful and make a big difference. But when they tell you, you can only have one fish, what are you supposed to do? Finally, at one point, our family went to the pet store and just asked, can we put other fish in the tank with our betta? And the woman saved their lives in saying, yes, you can have other fish with your betta. She pointed out a few fish, and we decided on 2 tiny sucker fish for our 10-gallon tank. And I would go to your local pet store and talk to them about what fits your needs best. But we decided on 2 tiny suckers, and then we picked out 3 of the tiny tetras. So tetras are safe. So anything that is non-threatening to a betta is totally fine, okay? I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to show you a lifesaver or a tank saver for your fish tank so that you too don't get frustrated with all of the algae. All right, Mom, so here we go. This is our 10-gallon tank. You can see we've got the basic filter and we've got the bubbles, and we've got our betta. Where'd he go? He's hiding. Oh, he's in the back there. Okay, but the glass and the rocks, you could see the unicorn. I couldn't scrape it off, but it was like everything was coated in green and I just could not keep up. But when we went into the pet store, the woman informed us these little tiny tetras you see there's 3 of them in there. We could have the 3 tetras and we could have tiny sucker fish. Let's see, where is our little sucker fish? Of course, they're so tiny. Oh, he's on the back tube. You see back there in that tube there? Okay, so we have 2 tiny sucker fish in there as well. These tiny fish are non-threatening to our betta. He's leaving them alone and they cleaned up the front of our glass right away. It's awesome. As long as you don't get something like the guppies that have the big fluffy tail like a betta, but the little tiny tetras, you get a couple of them in the school, they're fine. They are totally fine. We haven't had any issues. We feed them just fine. And, you know, this guy, I think he's probably happy to have the company. But you can have little sucker fish to clean the tank in there. And you can have others in there when you have more than one kid or the kids want to see something exciting. Something that I didn't know for the longest time. I always thought you had to keep them separated. But our tank has never looked so great and the girls love it. So a little FYI, some fun facts about having a fish tank. So I suggest to you, go to your local pet store and tell them, hey, look, I do have a betta, but I'd like the little tiny sucker fish that can help clean the tank and maybe some other tetras. You can work up to it, maybe just start with the 2 tiny suckers to help you. You do not need to be spending all that time cleaning a fish tank for one single betta. So enjoy that, have a great day, and let me know what kind of fish did you end up getting, how big of a tank do you have, how long have you had your betta. I'd love to hear feedback from you, because as moms, every day we're figuring new things out for stuff like simple pets, fish tanks, that we're not experts in, but we do want to have that experience of responsibility and working with nature for our children. All right, if you enjoyed this, subscribe to Real Mom Life Hacks, and I will see you guys at the next one.